Abu Hurairah narrated that the Messenger of Allah alayhi salatu wasalam, said, "Take only as much as you can do of good deeds, for the best of deeds is that which is done consistently, even if it's done a little." Inshallah, I think most of us have heard this before. I tell people this hadith, it's like every self-help book or how to be successful book, wrapped up into 2 lines. And, consistency when it comes to getting our kids to interact with us in a proactive way, in a healthy way, there's nothing that replaces consistency. And something that we need to have in our structure with kids, interacting with kids, is consistent times where we gather the family together, where we come together for a purpose, and interaction is a part of it. Now, obviously, Salah is a time to gather the kids and the most important thing together. And you do the dhikr afterwards, you can interact after that. But other things, definitely, dinner time is something that should be daily and should be really held on to. Reading time, especially when they are young, is something that you should have daily. Before going to bed is a really good time for that. How young can you start reading with a child? How young does a child, what's the earliest age that you can start reading a book to a child at the nighttime? Like 2 months, 3 months. As soon as the child can sit in your lap, you want them to be, you can read to them. They don't need to understand what you're reading totally. They will start learning about reading from that. They will form positive neurological connections with reading by associating having a book in front of them and being read to with the positive feeling they get from the physical warmth of their body. They also get that physical warmth when they are feeding. Of course, breastfeeding with the mother, feeding from a bottle, which can be done with the father also. As they get older, they move beyond that. That same type of comfort should transfer to a healthy dinner time every day, where you go through the experience of having hunger satiated, which is a positive feeling from people. And when the family is doing these things together, especially in a consistent way, it adds to this overall warmth being brought into the family. Now, interaction with these kids, the big area. I mean, there's lots of things that disconnect parents from interacting with their kids. Busyness is the main thing. When kids get older, sometimes you'll experience long gaps of times where the kids are so occupied with their school and their activities and their screens, and you're so occupied with your work and that type of stuff that you can go long times without really interacting with them. That's really especially more likely to happen if you didn't condition them from a young age to making interacting with you a habit, and especially at dinner. And when you have that general interaction at dinner, it can complement deeper interaction as well when you're with kids on an individual level, going on a walk with them, driving the car with them, something like that.